Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my 35-week pregnancy update. So today I am 35 weeks and 6 days, so I've got my notes here and we'll get started. So if you're new here, my name is Lindsay and I am originally from Canada, but I now live in Italy, and my husband and I are expecting a baby girl due on September the 23rd. So I have actually documented my whole pregnancy here so far on YouTube. So if you want to look back at any old videos, you can do so and catch up. Otherwise, I will be continuing to do these pregnancy updates for the rest of the pregnancy, and then as I move into motherhood, I will do some content on that too. So, subscribe if you are interested in following along. All right, so main symptoms this week. They are the typical ones pretty much that I've had the whole time. So, nothing particularly new, honestly. I again feel like the really overwhelming feeling is just tiredness. So tired all the time. Like doing the simplest things. Like I'll go upstairs from taking in, I'll come upstairs from taking in the garbage and I'll be like huffing and puffing, or even grabbing like a water bottle. It's very difficult to do much because I get tired so easily. And if the light is changing, I have the sun that's just come back up again, and now it's messing with my camera. So it was cloudy a minute ago. Anyway, that would be a really significant one. Of course, always have like stomach issues too. The last 2 days I ended up having like an upset stomach. I was just a bit nervous about some stuff. But anyway, we'll go to the 35 weeks and 0 days, so last Wednesday. All the typical symptoms that I've kind of talked about in all of the updates so far, so I think I won't really bother repeating those again. But this particular day was the only day actually recently that I have experienced Braxton Hicks. So I don't know, like I don't seem to feel those very often. Anyway, that day I felt them. Then on the Thursday, I was feeling a bit frustrated and annoyed, and I had a headache. I was really thirsty, and then after, later in the day, I was tired. Why? Well, because we spent all day really going back and forth to the local Leroy Merlin store because we wanted to finally install these lights that I've brought up a few times in the hallway. However, the ones originally, of course, they were like a morgue, they were too dark. Then we took them back, got another pair this time, and brought them home, and they were too tall. Like significantly too tall. Like where your eye goes, my eye went, oh, like you have to go another like 10 inches above that for where they end up. So that wasn't gonna work, unfortunately. And it's really annoying because that location, it's like almost an hour away from us. Oh boy, so we were feeling pretty damn irritated about that. And because it was the second time that we'd picked the lights and they still didn't work. And in addition, there were like two different models that we'd picked as well, and we looked at the boxes and we were worried about like there being a different metal on the different light shades, I guess, like the, I don't know, like the metal part, this kind of thing. It wasn't these exact ones that we had gone for, but no, we checked the box. I was like, no, they're fine. But then when we got home, I was looking and there was other things that they'd changed, like they'd added like holes in like some section underneath, and they were different, and they changed, like they flipped spread out, because it was like a three with like balls on the top, and they spread out more on the one side, and we were trying to figure out like, oh, would they look better like if you do them diagonally or like 45 degrees. It was just not working. So we had to go back after lunch to Leroy Merlin, as my husband had last week off. So we were like, well, okay, we have the time, let's go. So we drove back out there, changed the lights again. We ended up getting ones that are basically the same as this one down the hallway, but with a different ball, because these ones that actually didn't have enough of them, and so we got like an all metal one, also because my husband's worried about, because he's tall, running into them in the middle of the night when he's walking down the hallway and breaking the lamp shades. So with the other ones, that shouldn't be a risk, right? Anyway, so that was where all the feelings that came from for that day. And, by the end of that all, I was just like, the headache was brought on by it all. It was like a huge pain in the butt, honestly. And yeah, that was dumb. But one good thing happened that day, which was that we got a package from my relatives in Alberta for the baby, and they sent it was like with my two cousins' families and my aunt and uncle. And oops, I just hit the table and the camera moved. Anyway, it was super sweet, and we went through all of the clothes that had actually arrived just before we were heading out again, actually, for the Leroy Merlin. Anyway, so bought a bunch of clothes for baby and blankets, and actually I filmed just yesterday the well, that's not really necessarily newborn, but the baby girl clothing haul, because I've suddenly got a whole bunch of clothes, because we also had a surprise baby shower on Saturday for me. So it was time to do a second baby clothing haul. Anyway, on 35 weeks and 2 days, that was on Friday, and I felt really mellow that day, and I just keep feeling nauseous, like almost every day. Like I'll go from eating eating something, and then maybe I eat a bit too much, and then I feel nauseous, and then it goes away, and then I'm hungry, and it's annoying. But it has something to do with like the heat, but also not only on the really hot days. It just seemed to be something new that's come on in the third trimester, which is, it's funny to me because I never really suffered much at all with nausea in the first trimester. If you go back in my videos, like rarely really, but it's come on more in the third trimester. But it's very linked to like eating, it seems, and the heat, I guess. Anyway, it was just really, really hot that day. It was 31 degrees at 10:30 in the morning. And so, like, super sweaty. And I think that was also why I was feeling nauseous. And I felt totally just, like, tired from that, right? Like, just on Saturday. So this day, I had kind of, my mood switched very drastically from how I was feeling in the morning to the evening. Because in the morning we were trying to rush to go to the pool. Actually, the mere fact, because we usually go to the pool on like a Sunday. I mean, not every Sunday, but like if we go to the pool, we will go on a Sunday, because usually my husband likes to go on Sunday because he likes to work on things on Saturday. However, this turned out to be an excuse to get me out of the house, which I didn't know at the time. And he had said, oh, let's go to the pool on Saturday, which a couple days prior I had suggested, oh, let's go to Leroy Merlin one of these days. And he had suggested Saturday, which blew me away, because I was like, what? Like, you're home all week and you want to go on Saturday afternoon? And apparently that was his original idea, to get me out of the house. But then that night, I think this was Wednesday, he had said, oh, at midnight, oh, so tomorrow do you want to go to Leroy Merlin? I'm like, sorry, you mentioned that now? I asked you that hours ago. Like, you're saying that now? He's like, well, if you want to go. And I'm like, yes, sure, let's go. So what happened then is he needed like another, reason to be out on Saturday. And the pool was a great excuse also because we were supposed to have ugly weather on Sunday, like a lot of rain. It was like 98% chance of like, I don't remember, like a ton of rain. And oh my gosh, this light is driving me insane right now. Anyway, so we were trying to rush to get to the pool, and I also that morning I had a bit of pregnancy brain going on. I was confused. I was forgetting things. Like I was forgetting like, you know, my debit card and driver's license and the Fonzies, which is like a Cheeto kind of snack. And just I was forgetting everything and I was confused and then I had like shortness of breath and like I was kind of just getting annoyed and just from being out because it was like, come on, we don't want to like miss, we don't get a chair, a lounge chair, a spot because it's Saturday. So actually, since then, we discovered we should just like reserve from now on so we don't have to worry about that when we go to the pool. Anyway, so we got to the pool and it was actually definitely busy. We did get there a bit later than the last time we'd been on Sunday, but also Saturday there's like more people. So other thing that day, I had like a lower backache from the lounge chair. I don't know. This is just something like for me, I have trouble like sitting up now. As I mentioned in the previous update, I believe. It doesn't matter. Even if the lounge chairs are comfy, I still have issues. Anyway, so I was feeling all those kinds of feelings. Then I calmed down once we were there, relaxed, whatever. We had hamburgers for lunch. And then my husband had said, oh, I want to go home by like 6 tonight. I was like, oh, yeah, sure. Like, I had asked him that morning. I was like, oh, hey, do you want to do like the Mexican Caesar salad, which is like a Jamie Oliver recipe, or sushi for dinner? Because if we do the salad, I have to take out the chicken. He's like, let's do sushi. And I was like, okay. So I thought he wanted to go home at 6 because we needed to do sushi. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's fine. Like, pretty much we always leave at that time anyway. No, it was because the baby shower, right, was on. So, what it turned out to be is that by the end of the day, I was feeling super, super relaxed and mellow, and then like super happy and excited and thankful for this like baby shower that my friends and family had put on for me. And so we got closer to the house and I looked over and I was like, is there a party going on at your house? Like I wasn't even like thinking anything really at this point. And like in fact that night we had also my husband had been like, when are we gonna watch the next Jurassic Park? And I was like, oh, also tonight? Like, you know, uh we should watch them before the baby gets here because then we're definitely not gonna be watching them. And it was like, oh, okay. So I knew that there was a baby shower in the works of being planned because one of our friends had asked a week and a half ago if I wanted a baby shower, and I had said yes. And then she was in contact with my husband, and the last thing I heard about the baby shower was, do you want a surprise or like to know when it is? And I was like, oh, like either one, it's all good. And that was the last I heard. But I didn't at all think that it was that day. And so anyway, I had asked my husband, is there like a party at our house? And he's like, oh, I don't know, like maybe it's my brother that's over. And I was like, yeah, maybe. And I'm like, although there's a lot of cars there. And he was like, oh, I don't know. Well, we drive up and oh, there was everyone waiting outside. There was a few kids like inside up the stairs too. And they were all like, oh, hello. And it was the baby shower. And oh, it was so, so wonderful. And so the house was decorated up so cute. And like we were able to take like those pictures with like, you know how they have like, there's little bottles or like on sticks. Actually, I can show you. Like these. This one's right. So we were able to take pictures with these, and they gave me a crown and a sash, and did up like little balloons against the stairs with like baby shower, and then over the lights like another little banner that said it's a girl, and little balloons blown up, and it was just super cute. And so they had like a little baby, which that one's by now started to like get deflated because the little kids were they were kicking it, but there was like a little bottle and like a foot balloon, and it was just super super cute. The decorations were adorable, and everyone filled out like a little card that with like wishes and predictions for the baby and for like advice for the mom, and it was super cute. Then another thing is so we got obviously some gifts, and then there's like a diaper cake that, well, we got two. That this is something that I think might be specific to Italy, actually. So maybe I'll just pull one over here just so you can actually see what I'm talking about. So this is called una torta dei pannolini, a diaper cake. And so you put little diapers in it and little like gifts, like those little socks. Actually, we still need to open this, but so super cute. We got another one of those too. Here. I think this is an Italian thing because I had never heard of this anywhere else, but it's something super cute. And then of course we got some balloons. It's a girl. It's a girl. And this little baby that the little kids were kicking. Anyways, it was really wonderful. We had like kind of an appetizer dinner basically, and so there were like little pizzettes and chips, and these tramezzini, which are like little triangle sandwiches with mayonnaise and tuna and onion, or like radicchio and prosciutto and different things that you can put in them. And then they're like a thing, I don't know if it's like a thing in all of Italy or just in the north where I am, but anyway, those. And we had like fruit skewers later, and like little, like some little cake and some pastries, and super, super fun. It was so special, and I just loved it. And also the fun thing was too, it was like a double surprise because my husband didn't know that they were also planning to take him out for his like what his group does is like whoever is becoming a dad soon, they take them out for like they take them out for like a little party, or I don't know, like a wine tasting, or like to a restaurant, like something kind of nice so they can kind of have a party too. And so the guys were there as well, and my husband said there's a lot of women with beards here when we got out of the car, and they're like, oh, we came to take you away too. And he was like, oh, really? So he didn't expect that at all. So they took him to a bar and then to a restaurant for hamburgers. So we had hamburgers twice that day. But and then they came back at like 10:30, and we were all chatting and everything, and it was so special. And like we went to bed at 1 in the morning that day, but absolutely so fun. And it was so special because that's a brand new thing in Italy. Like it's only just starting. And so one of my friends, Elenia, had organized it, and you know, she had had a baby shower for her first son, and then her daughter, Alice, she couldn't really have she couldn't have a baby shower because we were in the middle of lockdown, but she had done like an online Facebook group kind of card thing for people to fill out with their predictions for when she was going to be born. So she knew that it was something that she had enjoyed, and she asked if I wanted one. So I did, and it was so special because I didn't really ever think that I would get a baby shower, because Like even 4 years ago, like no one had heard of it here when I got married. But now it's starting to come out, so I'm so excited. So, anyway, that was like the highlight of the week, honestly. And actually, I hope that this doesn't make this video super, super long. But the rest of the week was pretty simple. On Sunday, all of the classic symptoms of late pregnancy, fatigue, nausea, etc., everything I always experience. But that day in particular, whoa, I was like at a level of no energy that's like unbelievable. Like I flatlined. I had flipping no energy to do anything. I was absolutely drained. Like with no reason really, because like I had relaxed all day the previous day. And everyone was asking me at the party, like, how are you feeling? Are you tired? And I was like, well, that day, actually, I was not tired because I was at the pool all day relaxing. But anyway, then yesterday at 35 weeks and 5 days, as I said before, I was a bit nervous just because I was trying to figure out if I had all of the maternity leave documents figured out because I kept getting like different answers and I'd been going around since the beginning of this month trying to figure out if I needed to go into like the local city hall to do something else or if it was all fine. Anyway, it turned out with the third phone call, I managed to get a hold of this lady that day because first, oh, she's not until the afternoon. Oh, please don't call now because she's with the public. Call at 5:30. So I did, and yes, it's all fine. So, I'll wait and see. Also, my work, they're going to write me once they hear from their pay studio, and should be good, should be set up. I'll keep this other appointment I'd made for like the 16th of September, like last week, thinking that I needed it, just until I know that like everything is in order and I do get paid for mat leave. But it sounds like everything is fine, so it should be fine. But that was, I think, why my stomach was kind of off yesterday, because it was off like all day, and just I was nervous about that. And just because everything is getting down to kind of the wire, and I don't want to have to be worried about, a week before my due date going and figuring out mat leave stuff that should have been done ages ago, because the country shuts down in August in Italy, and I tried on some maternity gear that my friend Delinia had given me, and actually the maternity jeans don't fit me, which is funny. Although there is something to do with the button, which probably that's what I've got to figure out. I've got to look at it closer because my mom said, oh, that there's like, you have to unbutton it and the elastic comes out. So actually, I think that was what I was missing, and probably they will fit me, but I'll take a look. But it's so hot right now, like I'm not going to be wearing jeans right now, so it's fine. And I'm sure they'll also be good for postpartum. And actually, I did put two tank tops away this week and a nightie. They suddenly like did not fit, and baby grew. And then today is 35 weeks and 6 days. I am so hungry. Like from this morning when I woke up and I was like, I'm hungry. Had cereal, yogurt, and then I was like, I'm still hungry. And I ate a nectarine, and later on, a couple hours later, I ate a granola bar, like a Nature Valley granola bar, and I don't know, very hungry all day. And very tired today, but it's because I was really motivated to do a lot. And we had a really bad hailstorm last night, and it totally shredded like all the plants outside, and so I was trying to clean up a bit from that, do the baby's laundry, like fold laundry, which I have to do now after this video because that's been there for hours, just so I can start packing my hospital bag, right? And I wanted to clean all of her clothes, so I still have a few things to do, but tomorrow, because the laundry, like there isn't really any more space for it. And so I'll let it dry, and then it was just a lot of going up and down the stairs, and it just tired me out. Like I've now been sitting for the last 2 hours, like just trying to gain back some energy. I was supposed to go grocery shopping today, but I haven't even made the grocery list, so I was like, whatever. And my husband said he'll go with me tomorrow, so because he can help me because he gets off earlier this week still too. So anyway, yeah, and I had like a stomach ache like at 1:30 in the morning last night too. So it was probably, I don't know, remainder from yesterday that I was feeling funny. Not really sure where that came out of, but anyway, yeah, I'm so tired. Like I went for the walk in the garden this morning to check out how the storm had fared on all of the plants, and like I honestly was like so drained after that. It's unbelievable. Anyway, that was basically this week, so I hope this is not like ridiculously long because I'm kind of worried about it at this point. I will do the quick bump shot and then sign out. So, 1 second here. All right, here we go. What do you think? Has baby grown this week? Yesterday I had the whole family saying that suddenly really looked like she'd grown a lot. I'm using like a new tripod, so I hope that this is straight. But because it's one that kind of has like three different things and it can move. Anyway, that's it for this week. So press like if you haven't already, it really helps my channel. And subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.